Hi, hello everybody. So this is a video to help elaborate and explain on something to do with souls, higher self, and oversoul. I get asked this particular question quite a bit, and I love the questions. Please keep them coming, because the more questions that are asked, the more I know that we can channel through guidance, bring through what needs to come through that will hopefully help inspire and help you ground the information that you need. Right. So this question I've received a lot of recently, and it will come through more and more because of this initiation of Lionsgate, because of the time that we are in right now, because we are evolving, expanding, right? Remembering. I get asked quite a bit by individuals, asked whether I can see who they are or who they have been, and not necessarily they don't mean that necessarily in an Akashic record type of way, which if it's in highest good, yes, I'm able to see through the veils and the lineages that you're in, that you're a part of. But specifically, I do tend to receive people asking questions about, or feeling like they are an embodiment of such a body, such as Magdalene or Isis, Mother Mary, various embodiments of ascended beings. They say to me, I feel like I am Isis. Am I Isis? And they ask me for that validation. And there is a couple of things that's happening here, right? And this is really important to understand. And I'm going to actually use some glasses of water. I don't know if it'll show up because I've got a background on the video, so I'm not sure if it's going to show up here, but I want to use some water to explain how this works, because first we have source. We have source of all things, the one true light. Everything comes from source. Everything, everyone, everything, right? Everything comes from source. Then from source, there are expressions that shoot off, expressions that become oversouls, universes, galaxies, things like that. We have these oversouls. Some actually even kind of connect these oversouls with different rays of light, like the violet ray or the emerald ray, the aquamarine ray. Some of us connect certain ascended beings to these rays, such as, for example, Mother Mary, Isis, Magdalene, right? Such as Thoth, Merlin, Saint Germain. Those are parts of the same type of lineages, oversouls. Now, say this glass of water, can you see this? This glass of water, say this glass of water is source. All this energy inside here is source energy. When source, the higher self version of you, creates, does all the soul contracts, does all the weaving with all the other beautiful aspects of self, aspects of source, aspects of higher self that are going to be a part of your life in your soul embodiment. And if you've watched me for a while, I kind of say the soul is like the child of the higher self. It's an expression of the higher self, specifically designed to be in the body that you're in, to be paired with the consciousness you're paired with, to have all the karmic and soul contracts with those around you in that whole lifetime, to master whatever your soul in that particular lifetime wants to master, expand through, grow, remember, experience. So the soul is like this little glass of water. Source, soul. This is like our body. Now, when our life is finished, is complete, that energy, on some level, it goes straight back into this glass of source. Now, you can't get that same bit of water back into that glass. You can't do that because now it's all mixed up. It's all mixed up. So now all the memories, because water holds memories and water holds Christ light, it holds so many things. You can't find that exact collection of water to put back into that glass. But what is happening now is all this water is now merging with source again, mixing and collecting. So now, so say that first lifetime, say that was Isis, Lady Isis, the goddess. She's now within all this water of source. And now you, whoever you are in this lifetime, whoever you were born into. So me, I'm Alice. That's the name that I chose, right? That's the name that I was given. And each name has a frequency. It has a soul key code. It has a source key code within it, a purpose, a mission, a reason for why you're here. So I was named Alice. There's obviously, I have a middle name, I have a surname. And, sometimes we choose to embody different names, right? Sometimes we choose to change that. But the name that you receive has its own unique purpose, right? You have the potential to be Ascended Master, whatever your name is, Ascended Master Alice, in your lifetime. But when your soul comes in, it's like source, right? All this wonderful energy. Sorry, I know it's going to be interesting with the background here, so bear with me as I pour this, but also as I spill it everywhere. This now has all this energy and memory, not only for you, because this is you now, this is you, but not only is it you, it's also got memories of other lifetimes, past lives, future lives, different times, dimensions. It has energy also of the oversoul, which is connected. So say, for example, I'm just going to take this cable out of the water that I just spilled, move that over to the side. Say, for example, you connect very strongly right now, and many of you will, because of what the earth is clearing, releasing, remembering, and ascending to. But say you remember much of the Magdalene. You feel very drawn to the Magdalene, or to Isis, the mystery schools, or to any aspects of that true sacred feminine embodiment. You will be shown, you will remember, you will feel within yourselves, because it is within you. It isn't fully you, because you are you. To ignore that and to discount that is to discount who you actually are and your purpose in this life, to dilute your full potential. So let's not dilute our potential by trying to scoop back the other glass of other lifetimes. But you have the memories within you. And when it is your time to remember certain things, you will remember, right? But each beautiful soul is different on their timings. You can't force someone to remember something they're not ready to remember. But when you are ready to have a certain memory, gift, to have a certain knowing, remembrance, return to you, it could show up as a memory, as a physical memory. It could show up as a teaching, a learning. Someone's teaching you, you're learning it through these videos, through something else. You're receiving it through the airwaves. You're receiving it because Source is constantly talking to us. The messages are coming down from the light into our atmosphere, and we're breathing them in. And for those that are ready to receive them, we'll speak them. That's why so many spiritual teachers have similar messages at times, because they're on the same wavelength. They're tuning into that same frequency wave. And I always find that really fascinating when, I speak of something, then one of my friends speaks of something, and another one of my friends, and we haven't spoken in between in any which way, shape, or form, but we're all bringing through a similar message with our own interpretation, because it's all coming through. Now, it's important to kind of bring this up, because what the spiritual ego, or what our ego, our consciousness can do, because we're so in this world, our individuality is our identity. So in this world with our physical bodies, to have an identity is very important for most people, because it's one of the things that we have felt has been stripped away. It's something that there is a very shadow subconscious wounding that we have, an inner child wounding of our identity being unknown. So we want to connect with a box or a category or a label, or even to an ascended being, in a way that we feel like we are them. And believe me, I've been there as well. I remember when I started receiving past life memories of Isis. And I remember computing it all, not really understanding kind of why I was seeing this. I was like, oh my God, does that mean that I was this being in a different life? Well, I don't remember all the memories, but I was shown what I needed to at the time for what me, I'm meant to be doing in this lifetime. So I was shown the rites of you know, the rites of the sepulchre. I was reminded of traveling down the Nile with Horus in my arms. I was reminded of of my work with Serapis Bey, of my relationship with Serapis Bey. I was in those lifetimes, I was reminded of the Mayan Ascension. I was shown these things, the rites of immortality, things like that. You know, the sacred rites of Hieroskamos. I experienced memory upon memory of different embodiments and incarnation of the being that we would call Isis, or even to a point of certain Magdalene memories also. But that's not to say that I was them. And I share that with you because I don't often talk about this, seldom talk about this, but I share this with you because it helps us understand. It helps us understand that although we have memories, right? Although we have memories, we're not elite in having them. We're not unique in having them. And that can be a really difficult thing to receive, because as humans, we really desire that uniqueness. We desire, because that's part of that identity, once more, that individuality. That's part of that feeling like you belong, like you are someone, that you're going to make a change. But let me tell you this right now, you will make such a profound change in this world if you fully embody who you are in this lifetime. That's how you can really maximize on your soul contracts and on your soul mission, is by fully being present in yourself. And when you receive memories, when you're receiving awakenings, blossomings, you know, there were so many different falls of Atlantis that I experienced in memory that I remember. And not only from certain embodiments of high priestesses at the time, but also I then started dropping in to other high priests and ascended master timelines. But that's not to say I was all of those beings, not at all. What that is saying and what that is showing us is whatever medicine we need for our soul purpose in that moment, for whatever we are unlocking within us. It's literally like if you have a memory card. Look, you have a memory card and it's got something on it. You know, say that's a memory card. You've got something on it, right? And you plug it into your computer and you download it. That's what those memories are doing. But don't lose sight of who you are, of who you came to be in this lifetime. Whoever you are, that is such a profound gift. It's really funny because, so for example, another lineage, Toth or Teote, Thoth, however you call that being with whom I have many memories of in ancient Egypt. But that being is of the same lineage as Merlin, as of Saint Germain. Also of Joseph the Elder, Jesus' father, right? But not one of those beings in their incarnation. So Joseph the Elder didn't walk around, Joseph ben Jacob, he didn't walk around going, you can just call me Merlin, just call me Saint Germain, just call me Toth. He wasn't walking around saying that because he was embodying who he was. But although he probably remembered, right, and has gifts pertaining to that lineage. Does that make sense? Each one of them have a different cup filled with different source energy, and it all pulls together in the big pool of source, right, before it reforms itself and comes back as something else. But that water now, say this is the water of Merlin, of one of the Merlins. Merlin is a title, but say this is the water of Merlin, Merlin's higher self energy, who embodied in a physical form, and that goes back into the water of source, and then that pours out. And say you have 12 empty glasses and that water is pouring into 12 empty glasses. You've now got 12 people who think they were Merlin. But that's not what really is the case. They've been gifted with key code activations, with lineage seeded with that information, because it's pertinent to what they are here to do in this lifetime and how they're meant to live, lead, and love. So I hope that this has been a helpful video. I hope that this has made sense. And I'm sure it's probably going to pose many questions also, and I welcome them. I welcome those questions. You can write them on the on this video, in the comments of the video. Or send me an email if you wish to, but remember who you are. Remember who you are in this life, the truest version of you. And the truest version of you simply means a fully embodied, focused light of source that is grounded and anchored, practiced within you. Right. So much love. Bye for now.